What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Mac Garage. Man, I got shit all over my face. Anyways, we're back out here getting dirty, working on the YJ, and I'm doing a mild stretch on the YJ, so about 2 inches. But 2 inches is a lot if you intend to keep the factory fuel tank location. So I got my tank in with the new Warren skid, just kind of playing around, seeing what my clearances will be. So why don't we check it out? Oh, Pittsburgh. Good stuff right there. Anyways, we got her up. The other side's off the ground even, just to see how much space I'm going to have in here. And it looks like I'm going to have more than enough room for a decent skid plate here on my 8.8. I wasn't sure what brand I was going to need to run or not. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20. So when I lifted this thing up, yeah, I got coolant all over the floor. Twisted motor, let a little coolant out of the water pump. So yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that up. Let's talk a little more about my stretch. So the idea here is I didn't do a stretch for wheelbase. I did a stretch for clearance. If you're familiar with the YJs, then you know they have little itty bitty wheel openings, and they're really close to the centers, so they don't give you a whole lot of clearance space for big tires on a low lift, which is my thing. I like low center of gravity. Keep it low, put the biggest tires you can under it. But what I ended up finding in my research is that Wagoneer 7-leaf springs give you 1.5 to 2 inches of stretch per axle. They're only an inch longer than the factory YJs, and they provide up to 2.5 inches of lift, which when I bought my Jeep, it had Old Man Emu 2.5 inch lift on it. It was pretty clapped out by the time that I got it. So I figured, hey, what the heck, you know, I got these for $100 a piece, or for the 4, and I'm putting them on front and the back. So I end up with my rear axle about 1.5 to 2 inches further back, front axle 1.5 inches further forward, and what that allows me is clearance at the door side of the tub for the back axle, because there's not a whole lot to trim. I've already trimmed every little bit I can out of mine just to stuff these 35s the first go round. And then in the front, your tires end up really tight to the fender, and there's not a lot, you know, on the door side, once again, so towards the middle, there's not a lot there you can trim out. And so even though I'm going to build my own fenders for this thing to help with that, every little bit helps. And you know, 3 inches of wheelbase don't sound like much, but it might be just enough to help here and there. So the other cool thing is they seem to flex really well. I'm pretty pleased with that. We're going to talk Shackles a little bit here. Now, I believe, I don't recall, but I believe these are 6-inch Shackles by Barnes 4-wheel drive. You should be able to look it up by the part number right there that they etch in everything, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. I thought these were going to be excessive. I thought I was going to have to go shorter. I still had the other ones I had, but look how flat that spring's sitting. I don't know. I might just run these, even if it gives me rough ride on the street, because they say you want like a 45-degree angle, but we'll see. I'm gonna play with some other stuff I got. We'll see what happens. I mean, these things are barely in there to begin with, if you haven't noticed, so it's kind of creepy. But hey, you know, you're playing mock-up, do you really care? So these are really a relatively flat arch spring to begin with, which is something I wanted. They tend to last longer. You can see my Barnes U-bolt flip kit. I'm going to build a couple of skids to go under here that'll minimize the stick out on them. I picked up material for that on Friday. So we're just kind of Gonna play around as we go. I'm gonna take you along when I play around, mostly. Because let's face it, I want to get stuff done. And I don't want to spend all day doing videos and editing. You just get to see the progress and hear my thoughts to myself. Because I talk to myself a lot. I answer myself too. So, whatever, get a laugh, I don't care. Learn something, it's whatever. This ain't no dirt lifestyle. But that guy's pretty sweet. If you haven't seen his channel and you're into Jeeps and off-road, go check him out. Same with Bleepin' Jeep, although I'm sure most of you people know all of this. So, yeah, that's kind of my mock-up at this point. A little secret right here. I'm going to do a video on later, more in depth. But, fuel system stuff ought to be coming here soon. So, pretty basic. I'm considering changing my output, my slip yoke eliminator. I don't care for this brand much. I think it's Rugged Ridge, which is, I believe, owned by Quadratech. Didn't really like the quality of the product. Snap rings weren't real good. So we'll see. We'll have some pretty big stuff because I'm going to do repairs and updates. We're going to keep this thing pretty reliable and basic. That piece of junk is going to go bye-bye. So I'll show you my cool Novak adapters one. That's a cool company. If you haven't ever been to their website, go check them out. If you want to know anything about motor swaps, trans swaps, factory Jeep transes or transfer case, they have an unbelievable amount of information on that kind of stuff. Just absolutely asinine amount of information that they've put together over the years. So check them out. Look at this junk. It's white. See, it's white because it's just wearing out. All of this is going to go bye-bye. So that'll probably be the next video. Got to order some stuff for that. But I guess since this thing's inside, I can take all this garbage off of here. But anyways, that's my mild progress. Playing around. Almost losing a bolt there. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, see you guys next time.